Aloui Abdallah, the veteran of the team, just made his way out of the tunnel. He'll have to be at his best in the second 45 minutes as Titsele issues some instructions to his teammates. Among them, Odurila Lekoba, who didn't start in the previous game, but afforded an opportunity in the 11. Today he turns 22 on Saturday. That's a rest day for this year's edition of the Botswana COSAFA Cup, before the teams get stuck into their final group games. Just the top side from Group A and B progressing. As things stand, it is Botswana who topped their group with 6 points. They came into the day second behind Angola on goal difference. And Comoros was deepening. They need 2 goals in the second half without reply, if indeed they harbour any ambitions of remaining in the competition and staying beyond the group stages. Lovely day in the Kingdom of the Zulu in Umlazi at the King Zwelithini Stadium. The attendance pretty decent at the moment, considering the early kickoff time as we get back underway here. I've been enjoying the atmosphere, the vibe over the past couple of days since the tournament began.
You can also see, like, with the fans that have come in, especially at this time, they've been craving to come to the stadiums.
Yeah,
you know, this is also very nice to see that happening. You know, bringing back football also allowing the fans to come back to the stadiums, enjoying the game. It's beautiful to see.
Free entry, by the way, and already mentioned that. You collect your tickets around the stadium precinct.
On our social media platforms, on the TikTok, it's COSAFA Media. On Instagram,
Ngolo, a security systems player, had a terrific free kick effort early in the first half that tested goalkeeper Abdul Aziz Fahad. A ball upfield that's been fed to Dayo Twala, but clearly offside in that occasion. So he's 21 years of age. He had his birthday earlier this year, born in 2001. Oh, that's a lovely take from Talani. And he's been able to squeeze it through as well. Lekoba is being ushered back to his feet by the referee. But to be fair, was well positioned. He was right on top of the scene. So I'm not sure what we missed that he saw, because it did appear to be a foul, at least from our vantage point.
Exactly. It looked like it was a foul, but his positioning as well was superb to be able to call that one out. And now we have a stoppage of an injury that actually happened before that one. But you can see also from the Comoros side, especially in the second half, trying to be a little bit more aggressive, because I think they're struggling to match Botswana pound for pound, especially in that midfield where Cooper and Titsele are operating.
Well, those two are having an absolute field day. Along with Khabi Tiberi, he's part of that 3-man midfield that's been installed for this game instead of Inosa today. Rotating between some of their young contingents. Tiberi is 22 years of age. Cooper seizes upon it in the midfield. It does have options. Gets it back. Does Motusi Cooper. Cut out by Mangolo. There's the very tidy Cooper. Talani. Alpha Vilapi is lost out. Comoros have possession. Restart from the back with Fahad. Zamir comes unstuck. Cooper has it again. Mongol. Botswana arrived in Durban this past weekend on Saturday. Came in at 8 p.m. They've actually been in camp since the 24th of June. They certainly had a decent time period that they spent together, almost 2 weeks before approaching the opening task against the Seychelles.
And they opened that with a victory, and it's very positive. Right now, they're also in the lead, but also the disadvantage of having so much time in camp is you don't have time to play friendlies because you're trying to work your tactics, you're trying to do all this. So the only time you actually see that if everything that you guys did in camp it works, it's really on the match day. And that's exactly what happened the previous day when they played Seychelles.
No, that's Lakoba. He gets it out to Motusi Cooper. Cooper just taking his time. A lot of these players stepping up their game because they're trying to prove their worth for the AFCON qualifiers. Some have been involved, some on the fringes. And this COSAFA tournament also used as preparation for the Chan qualifiers. Basically, the same team will be used, with the exception of Motusi Cooper. He doesn't play in his homeland. The strong defending from Kebui. Something else worth pointing out is that several of these players have been together all the way through the junior national team ranks at the 17 and the 20, so they're very familiar with one another.
And that helps a lot when you come to the senior team, especially when things get tough, because you understand, you know each other so well. It's easy to communicate on the pitch, and you can see also what the fluidity that they have within the team. That they're very calm, they know each other's strength, and it also helps that you keep them a little bit longer as a team, grow from there.
Cooper. Love watching him. Has it back.
Oh man, he does. He plays so well.
Yeah.
Does so many things simple.
Good ball in for Botswana. Stuck out a toe, got something on it, but couldn't direct it towards goal. Perhaps the presence of Soleimani Malaga putting him off.
You can see that with Botswana that he wants to be in those areas. He just wants to be fed the ball. He's hungry to score goals. He makes those runs. And he also, because he wasn't the first choice to start, probably maybe wants to show that the coach, I am ready to start the game.
There's definitely a desire there. Not operating as centrally as he was immediately after coming on. That role seems to have been assigned to Lekopa for the second half. That's a nice ball threaded through. The first big opportunity for the Comoros. The shot's been scuffed, but it'll fall kindly again. And eventually they'll get it clear through Titsele. He's found Lekopa now. He's a little isolated. Well, the one previous COSAFA Cup meeting between these two sides came well over a decade ago. It was in 2009. They drew 0-0. And they've also met twice in qualifying for the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. The Comoros won 1-0 in their home match, and Botswana defeated them 2-1 at home. So a win apiece and a draw. It's very evenly matched as far as the head-to-head stakes go over the years.
So whoever wins today is in the lead.
Yeah, exactly. Lay down outside of your picture. All the sides in Group A staying at the same hotel. All sides in Group B also staying at the another separate hotel, but the groups paired together. They are on a hotel on Marine Parade in Durban.
So they want the team to know
Bump
each other.
into each other, yeah. And they have been. Seen them crossing paths in the hotel lobby.
Yeah, because the eating areas are the same place, and probably the schedules are the same. Pre-meeting, pre-match meal. It's very interesting.
26-year-old Mohamed Zamir down at the moment. Perhaps Botswana can take advantage of their numerical superiority. Yes, Ditsele. Just lofted forward. Nikoba sets it back for Mangolo. Realizing he was offside, it's been left and it's fallen for Talani, who had held his run, and he's put it wide.
I don't think Talani then knew or realized that the whistle wasn't blown. He could have just played on, because you can see the way he kicks the ball in the last minute that he probably thought he was offside. And even though, Tawietsala, he was just in front of him if he didn't have an option to score.
Too casual, because of course I think he had just maybe momentarily stopped playing. Then it ended up at his feet. Great presence of mind from Tawietsala.
Yeah, of course. Of course, knowing that you're offside, you just leave it there. Good communication from them.
Trying to get the ball forward hurriedly, and it's well cut out.
People are not pulling out.
Alfred Villapi is the only player on the park who's been booked. He needs to take care. They wouldn't want to lose Ditsele at this point. It's been ever so crucial for them in the center of the park. Substitutes are warming up for Botswana on the sidelines. If indeed they do need a replacement, that is a hefty challenge from Yusuf Ibrahim, who plays for TS Sporting. One of those who was at the Africa Cup of Nations, bit part player. Money's pass finds its target. Free kick taken by Abdallah. That's control. Atumani trying to spread the play, but not the best pass. Zlekoba is back on the left at the moment.
Then Tawietsala now took the central row.
Yeah.
Because I think it's better, more suited there, it's more comfortable there. Because now when you put him on the left-hand side, it requires now to take 1v1 situations. As a tall boy that he is, you can see his link-up play is actually good. So preferably maybe that central role, that's where I probably see his best.
Substitution for Comoros.
I need to introduce some changes here to the Comoros Islands. They sacrificed Mahmoud and Chumani. Bringing on Ali Nassim, who did come off the bench to score in their opener against Angola. We'll also be introducing Abdullah Sadat. Sele cuts out that ball. Dileko back to Poko. Kebue. Toyotola rises. Picked up by Atumani. Rahidu. Well, the only change they've made so far, Botswana, was forced in the first half. Kitsupisang coming off. Toyotola replaced him. If he was not able to continue, then have to replace the replacements.
Yeah.
It's not at all ideal, but there's the thumbs up. It's just taking a moment to recover. And past the 60-minute mark.
I strongly believe that with Botswana leading, it's not a safe lead because you can see that Comoros.
Well, there is a crisp effort from outside the area.
Trying to create those chances, they want to knock on the door. It's just that they don't have, once they cross that midfield zone, whenever they go to the last line, the decision making there, it becomes a problem for them. But the score line of Botswana of 1-0, it's not safe at all. They need to get that cushion with the second goal.
Extension gunner's man down at the moment, Likoba.
Yeah, he caught him on the left boots and the ankle there. Caught him.
Abdallah allowed to advance. Raidu Titsele does tremendously well. Tiberi's returned it to him. This is Motusi Cooper. Goal scorer, Talani. Lovely feet. Brilliant balance. Good work from Tiberi. He's put in the ball. And so Yatswala can't find the feet of Likoba.
Yeah, what a wasted opportunity there for Botswana there. Just those small mistakes, the overcooked of the pass there from Utau Yatswala, but also being undecisive in that box. You're a striker, just try and hold on to it, maybe feed somebody that you can see. But it's whenever they Botswana they engage in that attack, they look very dangerous in that one.
It's terrific work from Tiberi. He's gliding past the defenders. Back to Poko, looking to keep his clean sheet intact, the 27-year-old. Only he and Sandanezwe Matapela of Eswatini have managed to clean sheets at this tournament so far. Bakara Aidu has collapsed in a heap and he's stayed down. taken out by the Mini Cooper.
That incident, there's no mini at all.
No, he wasn't. Came in like a truck. So magic spray should do the trick. 25 minutes for the Comoros to rescue something. Not just something, 3 points. That's what they require.
Because as things stand, very dangerous for them.
Yeah, as things stand, they're out.
So now,
A point wouldn't be enough either.
exactly. So you look at the time now. You try probably maybe be more aggressive, take risk. Play attacking football because either way, when you lose here, you're out.
Yep. Precisely. Coach Buhari has made 2 changes. His attempts to try and claw something back.
I think with the whole tournament, I think what's been lacking from Comoros is just that attacking play. They seem to struggle as to what is it that they're trying to do up front, what identity, what philosophy they want to apply. So I think that's the biggest downfall because you can still concede goals, but if you can score, try and score more.
Hooked away by Sulemana Malaga. Cooper. Oh, that's lovely. Now what can they do from here? Referee not interested. The appeals from Botswana. Tiberi. Talani tries to return it to Tiberi, and the Coelacanths will get it away.
Tiberi, whenever he drives with the ball, he looks so dangerous. He's so brave. He just glides through. And we saw also with his earlier run that he did earlier on, whenever he comes through, it's so difficult for you to defend because anything that you do, you touch him, it is a foul because he comes with so much speed.
Well, we thought the first half was stop-start, but with Mohamed Zamir down, another break in play. The Comoros join in Group H for AFCON qualifiers, by the way, the next match coming in September against Cote d'Ivoire. They're the hosts of the next edition, which has been moved on by a year, or to the next year. And it means only one team will advance from Group H because Cote d'Ivoire have already qualified. So they're battling with Lesotho and Zambia. 2-0 at home against Lesotho and went away to Zambia where they were defeated 2-1. So it's maybe a pretty tricky ask for the players to get through. Thought about the cross, Mangolo. Eventually it does come. Talani has escaped the attentions of his marker. He couldn't set himself correctly for that header.
I thought that he was going to just control because the ball was overplayed for Dawi Atswala. I thought Talani would be able to control because he was the last man on the far post. But then he opted to probably hit the ball because it was dipping just in front of him. But there is a space there from Comoros that have on especially on the over the shoulder. They fail to defend those balls whenever the ball go out wide. So you expect Botswana probably maybe to see those opportunities whenever they play the crosses.
Substitution of 4 Comoros. Mohamed Zaire in jersey number 2.
So making another change. The Islanders with Zamir coming off. Ali Obidala is onto the park. Malaga, 33-year-old, making his 15th international appearance today. This is with Rahidu. The ball to prevent the cross from coming in. Kapitubedi. Decent long throw there. And we'll break on the edge of the area. Worth a hit, perhaps, for the substitute, Abdullah. But Cooper gets it forward. Almost turned out to be a very good ball. And Nikoba watching over his shoulder and couldn't latch onto it ahead of the defender. He'll be a very happy man if his sides can hold on for the time that remains. Bochumut Importe.
But I also think that with Botswana today, I think they do stand a chance to get the second one.
Well, this was the case against the Seychelles. There were chances for a second and indeed a third. Well, a second and what should have been a third, perhaps. Yeah. And they'll assess the situation when it comes to their match against Angola in the final round of group games. We would expect Angola, of course, to beat the Seychelles. By what margin, we're not sure. Oof. It's slightly worrying for Poku there is telling his defenders to switch on.
Yeah, because 1-0, it's not safe. When you're leading 1-0, you need to be able to learn and know exactly that you just see if you are capable of scoring 2 goals.
Yeah.
You're capable of defending 2 goals, because now when you're 2-0 up, you can defend with the ball, slow the tempo a little bit down, because they dominate in that midfield. But the chances of them scoring the second one, it's very, very difficult to tell.
It seems likely that Angola come the final game, and of course we're making an assumption about their results against the Seychelles, but that they will have an advantage over Botswana in that they will be able to draw, whereas Botswana will have to win. They already have the edge in goal difference coming into this match. Botswana, as things stand, on 6 points, they +2 goal difference. Angola on 3, also with a +2 goal difference, but with that game against the minnows of the Seychelles to come. The Pirates of the Seychelles, part-time footballers, almost all of them, although they do have Michael Mancien at the back. Man has played all over Europe. Free kick opportunity for Yusuf Ibrahim. Straight into the wall that was assembled now. It's hacked clear, and they'll restart from the back. Ball at the feet of Fahad. Otomani to Malaga. Both the sides involved in the CHAN qualifiers at the end of this month. And considering how many home-based players they have in their sides, they will be keeping these teams together to contest those qualifiers. The Comoros in the first round against South Africa. If they progress through to the second round, they'll play the winner of the game between Mauritius and Angola. For Botswana, they're facing Eswatini in a 2-legged tie later in July, and the winner of that will play the winner of the Seychelles versus Madagascar, with the 2 legs to come in late August and early September.
A lot of football to play.
Yeah, plenty. That will likely be offside. Indeed, an easy call made by the South African Max Malulekwa. Lovely from Yusuf. Good defending again by Botswana. Cooper. Oh, Cooper. They're enjoying themselves out there, the Zebras. Ditsele. Making sure that pass to Seleko. Cooper, who's seen plenty of it. Ditsele, likewise. A little bit of space for the Comoros to operate in here. Charging up from the back, Yusuf Bakri. Bakri's cross in, repelled by Cooper. Oh, that's broken kindly. And he just couldn't time his run, Tyler Twala. In fact, he had straight offside long before there was even any potential for the pass to be played. I'm not saying that the pass didn't come a little too late. It did, but the option provided perhaps not the best for this one.
Yeah, but also Tawiatwala there, you can see that the first pass is not coming. Just delay your run a little bit, because like you could see that he kept on running, and Talan ended up not having any choice but to play the ball there. But that's small things, small details that actually helps you become a better team, better player as well. You know that you're onside, but once the ball is not given to you, just delay your run a bit. You'd rather be a second late than 2 seconds too early.
Another delay, this time to provide attention for Tibet.
I think the 2 o'clock games are very demanding,
They are.
especially when you have just one day to rest, to recover, and you come back again and put on a shift. But then it comes the importance of game management as a player, and now you learn how to manage the game, because once you score a little bit early into the second game, then you conserve and revert and save your energy as much as you can, and then once the opportunity comes through for the second goal, then you kill off the game.
The Comoros showing a few promising signs here. I mean, 3 changes already. They want to make another couple. For the time being, they plug away with the 11 that are currently on the park. They may be able to conjure something here. That was Sadat involved. One of those was introduced not so long ago. Malaga. Abdallah. So, Rahidu making way. So we'll see the introduction of Al-Haddad Hashim. Al-Ghani Mohammed, who plays in front. We haven't seen particularly much of him. Is also departing. Modifa is coming on. Well, by virtue of their ranking on the continent, 45th for Botswana. The bottom 12 teams of the 54 on the continent had to play a preliminary round in terms of the AFCON qualifiers. They luckily escaped that because Eritrea pulled out. Only partially cleared here by the Comoros. Helped back into a dangerous area by Lakoba. Foul from Talani. So currently in Group J, Botswana for the qualifiers. They lost 1-0 to Libya away. It's a pretty tough test, but then they did draw 0-0 with Tunisia at home, and they have Equatorial Guinea next. This is in a couple of months.
In a tough group.
They are in a tough group, yeah. Ditsele. Oh, brilliant. Lovely ball in, and then the first time cross floated towards the back stick. Wasn't quite what Alfred Vilapi was looking for. So 10 minutes to continue their participation in the tournament. We will have final group game to play with the Comoros against fellow island nation in the Seychelles, but it will not count for much if they can't get a victory here.
It's Tibedi again driving through the ball. Whenever he has it, I mean, he looks so dangerous, very comfortable as well.
Are quite evident why Gaborone United are the league champions, with the likes of Tibedi and Ditsele and Skibue, as well as Poko, the goalkeeper, Vilapi as well.
The whole team is here.
Now played in offside, the ball in the back of the net by the head of Ditsele. The flag had been raised.
What a good ball, good delivery there.
Yeah.
And it will be very interesting to see from this angle as well.
It's a great call by
good call.
Mr. Malulekwa.
Yep.
A very, very competent official. Takes charge of a lot of top flight matches in South Africa. Ditsele on the ball, still monopolizing possession here of Botswana, despite the fact that their opponents desperately need the win. Talani's kept that alive. Bakri dispossesses him and then gets a foul in his favor. A couple of minutes into the remaining 10. It's dreadful from the Comoros. They've given the ball away and dangerous ball floated in. Dangerous, I guess, not in the sense that anyone was going to get onto it, but that Fahad almost took it beyond the byline.
And you're expecting Botswana to be more calmer on the ball, especially now looking at the time.
Oh, speaking of calm on the ball.
Yeah. I mean, you did say that he's having a great day. He's having a great game. They decided that midfield, him and Cooper.
Surely a candidate for a second consecutive Man of the Match award. Still just a goal advantage, though, for all their dominance. Same story as when they played the Seychelles. It's better from Comoros. It's a bit. Oh, surely a foul against Legoba. Or rather, Tswala.
Substitution for Botswana. Coming out is jersey number 2, Hape Tibedi, to be replaced by jersey 21. Substitution for Botswana. Coming out is jersey number 11.
Making a whole host of changes here are the Zebras. One of those to depart is Tibedi, and you can see from the reception he's receiving from the bench how well he's done. Bakile coming on for him.
To be replaced by jersey number 20.
Nice to see the introduction of Tebogo Kopelang, who did start the previous game. He's centre half. We'll wait to see exactly where he slots in. In fact, it is Sileko that Kopilang has replaced. So, like for like at the back. And the goal scorer Talani also departs. Tatanyani, another who was part of the starting 11 in the opening game against the Seychelles, is on. Here he is on the ball. Tatanyani has a go. Looking to make an immediate impact. And almost had their second. Motosi Cooper now. His cross blocked. Keeping control of the ball well. To the feet of Bakile. That's unlucky for Tatanyani, who's claiming that he got a shove in the back. That's why he couldn't effectively control. He almost produced a moment of magic. Tatanyani, here is his first touch. He rips a brilliant shot towards goal, the 23-year-old from Joining Galaxy. Nicely done by Likoba. Filapi. Well, the header away force for Cooper. Spots a man on his outside. Clipped in nicely for Likoba, who is off.
Trying to continue again with the dominance, confidence in that midfield. With all the changes still, you can see with the changes as well, it's like for like, still continuing the philosophy in how they play. And yeah, the continuation as well in that midfield dominance of Ditsele and Cooper. And we'll see how it's to Mbakile. They're coming in that hole where Tibedi was playing as a 10. Let's see how he's going to able to contribute to this game.
It's a nice idea, trying to get the ball in behind for a fresh man in Cooper, Titsele. Cooper and Titsele again.
There's two today.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant to watch.
Well, Botswana deserve to win this game. The margin of victory as narrow as it can possibly be. Not reflective of what we've seen out there.
It's what you do now. You defend with the ball, come down a bit.
Yeah.
You know, create those passing angles. That's how you defend with the ball. And I think Botswana could have done this earlier on into the game, especially in the second half. They could have created more chances.
Well, this Mlazi crowd will get behind you if you play good football. That's precisely what's happening. They have absolutely no affiliation to the Zebras, but they're appreciating what they see. And Likopa has lashed onto that cross. It's gone looping over the goal. Nice numbers out in the grandstand as well. Those that arrive timelessly get to enjoy the shade. Fired with a decent ball out to the right-hand flank. Into the final minutes of regulation time here at the Kings Welletini Stadium. Comoros contest their next match against the Seychelles. That's at the Princess Mogogo Stadium on Sunday, whilst Botswana will be in action here against Angola. Nassim. Well, Nassim's goal against Angola was a consolation, but if he were to score here, it would be a very valuable equalizer, but only valuable if they could get another. And well, the time required to score two is rapidly evaporating. There will be 3 additional minutes added. I guess if you were to really scrutinize it, you would say the stoppages probably warranted just a touch more than that.
There was plenty of stoppages.
Yeah. But then again, as the old cliche goes, you could probably play for 3 days and it's Comoros might not score. Botswana might not score another. Good first time cross. Responsibility turned over to Tsene. And his effort off target.
The crowd is enjoying that.
Yeah.
Enjoying good football that Botswana is displaying. Very calm on the ball. But yet again, Comoros, I don't think they've got enough resistance. I think they struggled the whole game. They haven't created enough chances to actually go score a goal. It's a very difficult day for them.
About 90 seconds remaining here. Ball given away very cheaply. It's a tired looking pass. Now, the Copa has been found on this right-hand flank. Can't bring the ball under his spell. This is Ali Nassim. Oh, Nassim outfoxing Likoba. Bakri. Malaga. Over to Abdallah. Abdallah's ball forward for Ibrahim. And a throw in. They have the ability to get this long. Considering there's only 30 seconds to go, well, they need a long throw. Good turn and a strike. Corner. So very nervy finish here for Botswana.
Yeah, they need to defend very well. They're allowed to turn there. They need to make sure there's the last kick. They need to defend very well to secure those maximum points.
Now the cross in is away. Will they have an opportunity to put in one final delivery? They won't. It's the Zebras who earn all 3 points. And they now have the edge in the head-to-head stakes. They've beaten the Comoros twice across their history. Just one win for Lesina Kant. But more importantly, they move to 6 in Group A. They are top of the standings, awaiting the results of Angola and the Seychelles. As Botswana looking to get into the quarterfinals. Well, it's job done for them. A pair of 1-0 wins to open the competition. The most recent of which has come against the Comoros. They dominated play, but in the end, they only edged them at the King Zwelithini Stadium 1-0 at full time.
KZN is ready and safe to travel.